Hey fellow comrades, how you guys been doing? It's your boys in here and welcome back to more second generation Pokemon battles we got going here. I would like to thank each and every single one of you people that took that time to like this video, to leave a comment. You helped me battle the algorithm a little bit by exposing it. It really showcases a little bit on the views, and I really want second generation to get out there for more people to be aware of it, how it works. To contact me, just link in the description. There is a Discord, contact me there. There's a couple of people that help me out getting stuff set up and whatnot. And yeah, with that being said, let's get right into today's match. This is going to be against Ren, or do we say Vector by his old YouTube channel name. He is a huge fan of the old generation and a great person and a great player in total respect. Anyways, so we got Zapdos against Lex Luthor. Of course, Lex Luthor in here is doesn't really mind the bird, you know. He has been facing Superman, and Superman flies around, so I guess Lex Luthor is kind of a bit, you know, strong against the birds. Speaking of the birds, he's gonna go for the substitute here. He was expecting me to self-destruct, which I didn't do. I was expecting him to switch out first turn, then he misses with Thunder. Very unfortunate on his behalf. A sub Thunderbird. I believe he's got Shark Peak on this as well, which boosts the attack of flying type moves and whatnot. Basically those moves get a little bit of a significant boost, but it was very unfortunate. Anyways, I know for a fact he's gonna switch out, and I'm still banking my bucks here that he's got a steel type. Like it or not, Fortress coming in, taking the heat, literally taking the heat. Fire Blast is gonna take down the Metal Man. I wasn't sure if he's gonna scout this, because Snorlax's elite kind of does indicate Fire Blast as a mixed attacker, since steel types are so common as elite. They used to be in the 4th generation very common, but honestly, in total respect, steel types are so good. But he made a misplay there, because he thought he's gonna outspeed me and try to put up the spikes. Now you have to understand that he was kind of a little bit judgmental on me potentially having a Fire Blast there, but I guess he really wanted those spikes up. Sadly enough, Snorlax is by nature faster, or is there a speed tie? I think he is actually normally faster than it. Anyways, I switch out directly to my Executor on the Machamp, because I really don't want to play with this guy. Machamp is such a huge threat. I got Tyranitar, I got Snorlax, both of those Machamp can completely decimate, and I don't want to play any games. So go for the Psychic. I know it's not gonna one-shot the Machamp, and if Machamp doesn't have Hidden Power Bug, then this Executor is gonna be in here, and he's gonna be doing some significant damage towards it. I would imagine about 80%, but he did switch out to his Zapdos, which doesn't really like taking a full-powered Psychic from the likes of it. Anyways, I'm really debating here, because a switch like this, he can go for the Drill Peck, which I'm kind of expecting. He could go for the Thunderbolt, which another thing I was expecting, but in total general respect, he actually switches out. So I guess he was expecting me to switch out to switch out to something different. Potentially, I'm kind of debating what he was actually expecting. Now Zapdos doesn't really, you know, water types don't really switch into Zapdos, so Houndoom is a thing. It's questionable, but he was probably expecting a specific Pokemon that I haven't really showcased yet. Still, with Snorlax in here, I switch out to Tyranitar, because Houndoom cannot really touch it, so I was pretty sure that I can switch in something that will counter, but Machamp is not one of them. Machamp is actually a huge problem. I'm gonna need to look into my team a little bit, because with Machamp going around places, and we saw Machamp before, Machamp is such a huge threat towards my team. Zapdos is a huge Pokemon against it, or in case I take a cross shot with my Snorlax, which I don't think I can, but at the same time maybe I can at full HP, then afterwards go for the self-destruct. Sadly enough, I got 0 PP on this. I made a mistake when I was editing these Pokemons, because there's a program you can edit this Pokemon, so of course you're not going to be, you know, people normally don't have the time to be, you know, going around places and training against the wild Pokemons and so whatnot. So I go for the Sword Dance here, he goes for the Curse, And here is where I was completely in shock. You will see the amount of power Chat here possesses. I'm pretty sure the name itself gave him a little extra boost. I'm pretty sure, because the Steel Wing is a solid, or at least it looks like a solid 2-shot without the lefties. Sadly, I do not have the the actual metal. There's an item called something with metal that actually boosts their steel type moves, and if I had that, it would be a solid 2-shot. You guys can see the amount of damage is actually quite unreal. So go for Steel Wing again, because I want to damage this Pokemon to a point where Zapdos can easily revenge it, or at least force it out. He does get the rest in here, luckily enough. Cross Chop didn't do that significant amount. I mean, it did sort of damage, but I was actually expecting it to do a little bit more. Still, go for the Steel Wing here. You know, I just want to do as much damage as I possibly can. We're talking about +2 right now, +2 attack, +2 defense. This Machamp is an absolute destruction. Go for the Cross Chop. Luckily, he does get it. Luckily, he does connect it. And that's gonna be doing tremendous amount towards my Chad. But my Chad doesn't play games. He is in here to do the business, and I'm just commanding my Machamp to do, not my Machamp, my Chad to do as much damage towards his Machamp as possible. So we're actually looking at some wrestling battles right now. We're looking for a terrific one-on-one. Basically Sleep talking away. Next turn he's gonna wake up. Sleep doesn't reset on the switch, and I thought for a second duration Sleep resets, but it doesn't, and I completely forgot about it. Still, he does get the Cross Chop second time in a row, doesn't miss. Getting it 2 times in a row over Sleep Talk is actually quite lucky, I have to admit. But anyways, not playing in games with +2. I'm rather debating Thunderbolt or Drill Peck, what is stronger, because with +2 he kind of negates the whole idea of him being actually weak. So I'm thinking, yeah, maybe in this case Thunderbolt is going to be doing more to him. So I'm just going to go for the Thunderbolt damage. Right from the bat, Snorlax does come in, does surprising amount of damage. I'm not gonna lie, that damage was way more than I was expecting. But I'm thinking because this is a Zapdos. Body Slam is convenient. Earthquake predicting my switch is also convenient. And I want that Pokemon gone. So Executor can explode on it and take that Pokemon down. Basically, I can also switch out to something else, but I'm really debating because I need my Machamp going on. But at the same time, I'm thinking, yeah, let's just see. Maybe he's gonna, curse away or something. Maybe he's gonna do just that. But he actually does Body Slam. Luckily enough, he does not score a Paralyzation. Very important for us, because I'm thinking, well, Cross Chop, the amount of damage he's been taking, it will probably one-shot him. It's gonna be an OHKO. So knowing my Simp can OHKO this Snorlax, I'm just gonna go for it. I think that even if Zapdos comes in, depending if he's got a certain HP move like an HP Water or HP Grass, then his HP is gonna be cut down a little bit. And that's quite important, because with its HP cut down, I think it cannot take a Cross Chop. It's very powerful by the end of the day. And but the amount of the damage, the HP he's at, I'm debating, but I actually score a crit. So that was very lucky on my behalf to even be able to connect that move and score a crit. It could have mattered there. Maybe that could have survived with, like, let's say 5 HP and whatnot. But anyways, Kingdra is gonna switch in here. I'm thinking, Kingdra is interesting because normally one-on-one, Machamp isn't looking too shabby against the likes of Kingdra, especially if I had like a setup move like Curse. So I'm rather debating what he's actually trying to plan to do here. I switch out to my Executor. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna Ice Beam on the switch. Chances of me staying here are actually kind of high, but he actually Octazooka. A high chance of lowering my accuracy, which would further lower down my accuracy of Cross Chop. So if I actually stay in it, he got that accuracy drop, the chances of me missing would be quite significant. And I can definitely see where he's coming from. This is quite an interesting Kingdra we're facing here. Dragon Breath is a 60 base move, which on top of Kindra's mediocre special is not that great. So I'm definitely seeing where he's coming from. He's basically having like a Dragon Breath, high chance of paralyzation, not to mention Octazooka, high chance of lowering down, Body Slam. His team revolves around a lot potential status inflict, or some conditions going down a little bit. Which again, things like Octazooka and Mud Slap, for example, they're completely allowed, because by the end of the day, those are attacking moves. They're not like Double Team, for example. With that being said, I'm just switching out to Zapdos here. I'm just gonna go for the Thunderbolt. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm not playing any games. This Pokemon is fast asleep. May as well try to two-shot it. Luckily for him, it doesn't look like a two-shot. And I'm thinking, yeah, this is not easy. Sleep Talk is convenient for him, and me putting this Pokemon to sleep may have not been the worst choice, but I could have done a better choice of action, to be honest. Sleep Talk, as he wakes up, of course this was Sleep Talk, which, I mean, because I actually sleep powder him, he doesn't know where he's gonna wake up. If this was actually his own rest, then he would be well aware of him knowing to predict to wake up, so he can take advantage of that, but luckily enough that doesn't work like that for us. Anyways, I go for the Thunderbolt here, trying to do as much damage towards the Kingdra as possible while still having a chance to do so. Then switch out to my Godzilla, which definitely, I don't think he's got a right name in here. By the way, Godzilla versus King Kong is getting ready in March. Looking forward to that. I'm on Godzilla's side, honestly. I kinda am, I'm sorry. I love the kaiju movies, but you know, King Kong is kind of cool. It's just that, I don't know, I don't want to relate to a big ape, you know, that's all I can say. Anyways, well, King Kong is also kind of, you know, kind of cool. Anyways, with that being said, he's gonna rest right here. I was thinking maybe he's got Earthquake, maybe he's got something of that nature. I could switch out, predicting him to switch out as well to Machamp and so forth, but I didn't want to risk that, that kind of switch. As he does review the berry to wake him up. Turn 1, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent play in his behalf, taking the advantage, knowing the Rock Slide will not take him out, and I have to switch out. Now here's the thing, by taking down his Spore Chest very, very early, I have much significant opening. Well, I have to admit, 3 of my Pokemon have fire moves at its disposal. Like this Pokemon has HP Fire, my Tyranitar has Fire Blast. Fortress, Scizor, and Skarmory are so potentially dangerous in this generation. Steel is so broken that I just need to use it. There's just no question about it, especially Skarmory against the likes of Tyranitar. Anyways, go for the explosion. He predicts that, doesn't want to sack his Machamp, knowing how important it is still for the likes of my team. Looking at my team, Godzilla and Lax, both of them do not like facing that wrestling champion. And yeah, Kingdra is the one to sack. He actually expected that explosion, so that is an excellent move on his behalf. Why do I know this? Because he actually uploaded his bell, his sided bell as well. Link in description, go check it out. I think he actually narrated quite well, and it's definitely worth the check. Anyways, Houndoom against Machamp. This is a condition that I love to be in, because while yes, I'm gonna take a full-powered Houndoom's Flamethrower, which is gonna do some damage, he's not gonna like taking this Cross Chop. That's gonna be an absolute slaughter. And while most Pokemon tend to take, you know, here Pokemon are very bulky. I think a Psychic from an Alakazam doesn't actually one-shot a Gengar, for example. But Cross Chop against Houndoom, let's just say that's a different story. So, basically, Machamp is asleep, but I think he's still trying to take advantage, because I believe this is the turn he's actually gonna wake up, and he knows this fully well. Yeah, I'm just gonna switch out to Zapdos. He does wake up, goes directly for the rest. Excellent play in his behalf. Maybe I should have just stayed in here, go for a Cross Chop. Calculating the damage, whether or not I would actually one-shot it, probably, maybe. The chance of actually missing is also there, but Legion coming in here freely while Machamp is at full HP, that can be actually significant with Sleep Talk involved, of course. But I'm just gonna go for Drill Peck in case he switches out to Snorlax, because I think Drill Peck does just a little bit more than your Thunderbolt counterpart would actually do. And he does review here. Again, going for the Body Slam. There is no revealing, of course. We already saw the Body Slam involvement back before against my other Pokemons, such as Titar, I believe. But Zapdos, I Thunder Wave this Pokemon. Now I want to go down with a little style. And I was trying to play this game a little bit, not, you know, going all out right now, because I'm looking pretty decent when it comes to the score. And I'm thinking, you know what, one of my Pokemon already exploded. I want to go down with a boom, you know, I want to go down with a big bang. And that's exactly what I do. Thunder Wave support is for Snorlax, because most of the time Snorlax will take one move. Outside of maybe potentially a Cross Chop crit. and it guarantees me to take 2 Pokemon down in most games, such as this. Fortress went down, which is a physical wall, and then Snorlax went down, which is a special, absolute wall breaker, tanker, however you want to call it. It is an absolute threat. So 2 of the Pokemon being down by a single Snorlax and Fortress, absolutely insane. Anyways, Zapdos in here as he switches out to Machamp. It was since it was double switch, of course, this is a favorable matchup for me, but this was also, I believe, by this point his last remaining Pokemon. So he does go for the cross chop. He cannot really do much about this, but here's the thing. Zapdos was my winning condition. This game, from his perspective, and I kind of agree, was actually way more closer than it looks. I do have 3 Pokemon left, and he's got this remaining Machamp, but actually, in a more accurate perspective, this would have potentially could have been a 1-1 battle going on, because Zapdos was my winning condition, and if I lost my Zapdos early on, this battle could have went completely different. So with that being said, thank you very much to Ren, my opponent here. Go check him out again. Appreciate the battle, man. I love to battle you again. I've had a lot of fun. Hope you guys have enjoyed this as much as I did. Be sure to give a like or dislike, however you want to take it. Just be genuine and honest with yourself. That's all I ask. And leave a comment. Let me know if there's any Pokemon you want to see me use, then I'm definitely gonna consider using it. But anyways, with that being said, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.